if somebody can have, okay, do you believe that somebody can go through hormone therapy? Can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting, as you agree with.
Okay, so as long as everyone...
If your parents are okay with it and you are okay with it, I think that's totally a familial decision to make, yeah.
Okay, so a child can cut their penis off and take hormone blockers and change their biology forever, but they can't get married?
Oh, that's a decision that now extends beyond the family, because now you're bringing in a different party. So if you have someone that's your age coming in saying, I want to marry that child, I don't think that can happen under any circumstance.
So,
no.
But it's still a personal decision. You're still deciding.
Because there's
take the other party out of the equation.
It's
a personal decision. If I'm 16 and I personally want to marry this girl, she's beautiful. She's 21 years old. Her family wants to do it. My family wants to do it. You're saying I can't do that. We're both consenting. I'm ready to go. I'm physically mature, but I'm not allowed to marry because Moist says that woman's a pedophile. But if then the next day I leave it, I'm depressed, I want to cut my penis off, I can go right into the clinic, snip it off, and start taking HRT like Chris Tyson. That's a society that makes sense to you?
It is. I believe everyone has I believe everyone has the right to do with their body what they want to do.
Okay, 100%. So everyone has the right to do with their body, but not when it comes to a sacred marriage where they have kids, where they add to society.
That's no longer just you.
That is your body.
Bringing someone in.
Okay, you're still bringing in the doctor to use the scissors to snip off your penis.
He's not there for the rest of your life. He's not constantly there at your fucking house monitoring you.
You don't need to be there. You're not glued to your wife. You're not there like Siamese twins. You are
a 16-year-old. You are entirely reliant on this adult that you've now brought in.
No, you're not. You could tell parents, maybe I'm making my own money. I'm not reliant. If I'm 16 and I marry a 21-year-old and I'm making a lot of money and I'm doing well and I'm independent, I'm not reliant upon her. Not only that, the person that you just put through transgender therapy, now they need to go to therapy once a week. Now they need to go to the pharmacist once a week. Look how many people are involved now. Now they're going to therapy groups. Now they're online. They're making YouTube videos. They're in a Mr. Beast challenge. This person is relying on so many people. And they also have... You're cutting out again. You're cutting out. Chad, is it me or him? Chad, is he cutting his internet out? Mine's fine. My stream's running fine. Okay. All right. I'm not lagging at all. I don't know, man. Moist! Let me call him back. Okay, they're saying it's you, not me.
It's not me. What do you mean?
Okay,
you just refreshed your cam and it fixed it.
No, I left the call and join again. But I don't want to leave this point.
Okay.
Why? I want to hear a clear answer that makes sense. Because you said it's because you're relying on other people. But I've established that a trans person is relying on the pharmacist, is relying on the therapy.
I didn't say that. I didn't say relying. I said you are making a personal decision yourself. You are making a decision for you. When you are making a decision about marriage, you're bringing someone else in that is now not just you.
Just because you're bringing someone else in does not change the fact that it's a personal decision. Marriage is it's consent. It is deciding yes, regardless of the other person. But it's still a personal decision.
A child can't possibly wrap their head around this adult that has been preying on them. Like, I don't know why you can't see that. A 16-year-old can't be making this decision on this adult who is convincing them that I am the right choice for you for life.
Right. But a 9-year-old boy can go into a clinic and decide that doctor, that 40-year-old doctor, can cut my penis off?
If that's a decision he and his family wants to make, that doesn't bother me. Absolutely does not bother me.
Okay. So then why is it that bringing someone else into that marriage, why does that then make it wrong?
Because it could be an adult with a child, which is that is an unacceptable dynamic under every possible circumstance.
In the doctor's office, in that gender therapy forever, it's still an adult and a child cutting off the penis, Moist.
That you are not living with that fucking doctor. You have made a decision.
You're living with the decision of that doctor to cut the penis off. It's still living with the decision of another person too.
And that's life. You live with decisions. Some people might regret it, sure. But within this marriage with an adult, that is a decision that is now, once they are in your life, it can be out of your hands. You can have this adult come in and just start beating the shit out of you. You can have all kinds of things. When you're with getting your penis cut off, you have made a decision.
Okay, wait, you're saying you can get beat up? You can still get beat up out of marriage.
You absolutely can. But a child is never going to be thinking about things like that because they can't. A child can't consent to marrying an adult.
So why is a child smart enough to decide that he's now a woman that needs puberty blockers and cutting his penis off, but he can't decide upon marrying somebody that he's in love with?
How does he know he's in love with them?
It's a feeling. It's something that you know. You talk to your family, you decide. How does a child
being in love with an adult?
Yes, I talk to
a sensible family.
Yes, I'm 16. I meet a 21-year-old woman. I say, "Mom, Dad, I'm in love with this girl. I want to marry her. I feel like I'm in love. She's the right person for me. I want to do it." She said, "Yes, yes, yes." Everyone's good. But a 9-year-old could say, "Mom, Dad, I want to cut my penis off," and you're going to say, "That's good." But a 16-year-old who feels in love, who's ready to commit, who's financially independent, that person cannot get married.
A 16-year-old will never be financially independent, A, and B.
Oh, you should see my whole team. Yes, do you know how many people that I work with that are financially ready?
You work with a lot of 16-year-olds?
Yes,
that are
I do.
Financially ready?
I work with the person who runs my Telegram. I have clippers. I have a lot of teenagers who are making more than my professors. They are ready. They're mentally, these people are mature. They're boxing every single day. They are more mature than a lot of the 24-year-olds I know that I went to school with that are still in their hometown doing nothing, eating popcorn every day, and cutting their dick off like you believe. These people are ready to go because maturity changes for different people. For you to decide that a kid could cut his penis off but he can't get married makes absolutely no sense, and that's a society that crumbles. That's a society that allows next year incest.
The society that flourishes is the one where a 14-year-old can marry someone in their 20s, Sneako. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Marriage is how society progresses because you need to create more life. Marriage, children should only be within a marriage. They should only be conceived within a marriage where they're not going around sleeping with different people, where they're not confused, where they're not a part of the community that has the highest suicide rate. They should not be a part of that. I want to be in a society full of happy married people that are ready to have children, that are God-fearing.
Those happy married people are sometimes in your world 14, 15, 16 years old.
Absolutely. If they are ready,
that's so fucked
if they are
up,
ready
Why
to get
don't you
married
see
to,
that?
but see, you're so hung up on the fact that it could be an older person. Okay, if a 16-year-old is fine, what if a 16-year-old Moist meets another 16-year-old in a place?
We've already gone over that.
Okay, in a place where the age of consent is 16, which is most of the country, right? Let's go off that. There's no Romeo and Juliet laws. Two 16-year-olds meet, they want to fuck. Can they do that?
In a place where the age of consent is 16, if it's two 16-year-olds, yeah, absolutely.
Can they get married?
That's never what we've been talking about.
Can they get married?
If it's legal for them to marry at 16, sure they can.
No, it's not.
That's
In
fine.
America, you have to be 18 to get married.
Then wait. Then they should wait.
Okay,
yeah.
so they're both pedophiles?
What the fuck? No, there's no adult in that situation. They're both the same age.
The point that, see, this is where it goes back. The point I'm making is that you cannot follow the law. You cannot rely upon the government on these arbitrary numbers. The reason you believe in 18 is because you live in America right now where the age is 18. If you lived
But you do too, though.
No, I don't.
You just said it. You wouldn't. So you don't believe it's 18. So you're gonna go fuck a 15-year-old?
This is not my personal preference, Moist. That has nothing to do with my personal preference.
Well, answer that question. You just said you don't. Are you gonna go fuck a 15-year-old in a place where you can?
That is not my. I don't want to have.
Just say yes or no. Just say yes
No,
or no.
I do not have sex out of
Okay.
wedlock. I've repeated this before. My point
You
is
have had plenty of sex out of wedlock. When you were sexually active, would you have gone and fucked a 15-year-old?
absolutely not.
Okay, so then you two also still abide by
Because
it.
we believe in abiding the laws of, we don't break the law, but you're applying the law of the land to morality, and that's where things get confused, because morality is not defined based off the government. If we followed morality,
plenty of
listen,
situations
if
where-
we followed morality defined based off the government, then we would say that the war that's happening in Israel and Palestine is justified because the government is sending billions of dollars there. You cannot rely on the government upon that because the government can be flawed. Morality does not come from these people that are elected.
Absolutely.
Morality comes from God. That's the only place that it can come from. Because if you were around, if you follow your logic, if you were around people, all of them, that thought incest was okay, that thought bestiality was okay, you would follow it because you follow the people that are around. That's the only reason you believe 18. Because that's what you see in Hollywood movies. Because that's what the government told you as an adult. Not because it's something a
It
personal...
is the agreed upon age.
But you keep saying that it's not even agreed. That's not
never go down.
That's not true. Well, it's not even.
It shouldn't go down.
It's not even agreed upon, and nowhere.
It is. It is though. Most people, if you right now, have you had sex with a 16-year-old as an adult, Sneako?
No, I have not.
Okay. If you did, how do you think people would respond to it, even in your own community? If you said that you had sex with a 16-year-old,
they would be completely disgusted.
Exactly, because most people agree at a certain level needs to be established, and that level is 18. So under no circumstances should a 14, 15, 16-year-old be getting married and having sex with an adult.
Okay, let's go to the Dr. Disrespect situation, because there was a lot of hypocrisy, right? He messaged a 17-year-old.
That's not true. Show me the evidence of him messaging a 17-year-old.
I haven't seen any evidence. See, all the streamers all the streamers within your community, they were so quick to admonish Dr. Disrespect without seeing any evidence at all. We saw Chris Tyson, and then they waited 3 days like you to post a video. I did it
within like 6 hours.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Okay, if you
What
decided...
are you talking about? The full video came out less than 24 hours after the initial break of all of the information, and I had that first video going.
How long did it take for the Dr. Disrespect video to come out?
Over 24 hours.
Did it? How long did it take for you to tweet?
And in the first
how
video,
long did it take for you to tweet
times how there's no concrete evidence of who he was talking to.
How long did it take for you to tweet?
I waited till his second response, so that was 3 days later.
It was 3 days. You didn't tweet right away?
Nope.
Okay, then you were that liar, and most streamers, all of them, they waited. They didn't say anything. They wanted the Mr. Beast collab, but that's besides the point. Moist Critical, if you DM'd a girl that was 17 years old, 364 days, should everybody be disgusted with you?
I think that would be pretty disgusting, yeah. I don't think you should be communicating with someone under 18 no matter what.
Okay,
if you want to...
It's not... Is that disgusting?
Yeah, I think it's disgusting.
You wait a day.
Like Cody Ko having sex with Hannah when she's 17, I think that's disgusting.
Okay, say she's 17 years old, 364 days. He waits one more day. Is he still disgusting?
Watch part 2.